Josh from Multiversity Comics here with the one and only Gail Simone. How's your day going?
My day's going fantastic. What's not to love when you're at a comic book convention? You're surrounded by the things you love.
That's fair enough. It is a bit of a mecca. So, opening in with a two-barrel shot here, your two biggest books right now, I'd say, are Birds of Prey and Secret Six. Two of the, I'm going to say, underdog teams in the DCU. What role do you think those two teams play in the overall tapestry of the universe?
The universe or the DC universe?
Both?
I think Birds of Prey has a very important place in the DC universe because one thing it does is it proves that a book with strong female superheroines as leads can be successful. And I'm really proud of the readership for making that happen. And we have a very diverse readership now, and that's awesome. And Jeff Johns actually asked me to come back to Birds of Prey after having left it for a period of time, and I really wasn't sure that was the right decision for me. And he said, well, we really want to have that book, but only if you write it. And I agree with him that DC does need a book like that. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And I'm really happy that it's been doing as well as it has.
A bit of a somewhat controversial inclusion of Hawk as a male character onto the team. What role do you think he fills within that team?
I think Hawk, when I was first asked, told that we were bringing Hawk back and that we'd like him to be part of the Birds of Prey book, I was very excited. I think that it fits in, Hawk and Dove, the whole bird theme, that is an obvious fit in. But we've always had male characters in and out of the series. It's never been an exclusively female series, for one thing. But the thing I like about his character is, of course, he's going to shake things up a bit because people are not going to trust him, and the different birds are going to have different opinions of him, of course. But we get to tell stories about being a soldier, about being an excellent soldier who's really great at what he does, and then also about what it's like when you come home or the effects that it can have on you, mixed in with all the, the superhero stuff as well. But I really am enjoying revealing his character a little bit at a time with that, and just the whole concept of Dove being, the anti to his character as well, and what that means for her and how they can work together and not work together. It just brings a great dynamic, and it's going to be a lot of fun working out well.
It would be kind of difficult to talk about the book without talking about that big old Brightest Day banner. Other than the inclusion of Hawk, is there any other connection to that wider storyline that you're going to be working with?
We're just little bits here and there, but Birds of Prey has always been its own book, and it will continue to be its own book. But we do have a big storyline coming up in the Death of Oracle storyline that will have huge ramifications in the DCU. So, that book will affect the DCU and vice versa, in and out all the time, but it's still going to remain its own book always.
Moving into Secret Six, what can fans be expecting coming down the road?
Well, coming up here, with the next few issues, we see the difference between Bane's Secret Six and Scandal's Secret Six and how they do not agree with each other at all. There will be some people that do not make it out of Skartaris, for one thing, so there's going to be a major change-up at the end of that arc. Then we have a crossover with Paul Cornell and Action Comics coming up that I'm excited about, can't wait for. And also, after that, we have Catman appearing in a date with Huntress in the Birds of Prey series.
Now, when it comes to picking characters for your teams, the stuff you've done with Catman is just fantastic. Taking the character he was before you got to him and comparing him to the character he is now, it's just amazing. So I guess what goes into your character selection? How do you decide that a character is worth your time and worth fleshing out?
I don't think for me it's a process quite like that, because you can always make a character worth their spot in the book you're working on. For me, if it's a team book, it's more about the dynamics within the team and who's going to add what or take away what and how it's all going to work together, because you don't want all the characters to be exactly the same in a team. It's boring. So I go about choosing it that way. And then also, there'll be stories that I want to tell that I think are appropriate for that book. Like in the original Birds of Prey series, it was a good time and a good place and the perfect characters to tell a story about what was going on with our government in terms of being able to spy on people and things like that with the Patriot Act. with Secret Six. It's a great book to tell stories about the state of prisons in the world. It just different things like that fit in as well, and you know, you just take them whatever. And if you want to focus on one thing or another, then you bring one character to the forefront and then let the other ones be in the background for a while. It's just all about the dynamic and what's going to happen with the team and the stories as you're working on them.
That's really cool. So, just to wrap up, anything you want to say about this rumored project with Ethan Van Sciver?
It's awesome. It is so awesome. Your faces are going to melt.
Like Raiders of the Lost Ark level melting?
It's like pretty serious face melting.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
Welcome.